Ooh. Okay. Monday Night Raw just went out there, and yeah, I'm doing a double upload today because I am working so incredibly hard on this channel. But, well, I wouldn't say the show was bad by all means. I mean, it was a pretty solid show at best, but I'll get into that later. Uh, but this was the first Raw of 2020, and it was live in Oklahoma City. With Started with a recap of the wedding. They showed a recap of the wedding and everything else, but the official show started with Brock Lesnar's return, which gave Paul Heyman cut his usual promo, saying the great things that he says out of his mic. He is the best talker in the company today. Just give him a mic, and he'll just spit out every single thing in the best way that he can. But the opening segment for Raw, I found it very, very interesting. I mean, first, Paul Heyman said no one is worthy of challenging for the WWE title at the Royal Rumble because pretty much, I mean, there's so many guys that you can honestly face, but instead, he said, well, Brock thought nobody was worthy, so he's decided to enter the Royal Rumble at number one. I mean, my initial reaction was just like, okay, this is gonna be good. Like, like I was shocked. I was shocked. I didn't know. I didn't think this was gonna happen. I thought Brock was gonna get like an opponent. I thought Brock was gonna probably get like someone to go against Ricochet, maybe uh, an AJ Styles again, competing for the title. But he's entering the Royal Rumble, and he's gonna enter at number one. He's entering at number one. Oh. Now my one question is the WWE Championship gonna be on the line? And that's probably my one answer that I'm probably gonna get next week when Brock shows up again. But this is like right now, it's like I'm taking it in still, and it's happened 3 hours ago. And it's still shocking to me how crazy that news sounded when I heard it out of Paul Heyman's mouth. Brock Lesnar is entering in the Royal Rumble at number one as the WWE Champion. Now, if Brock wins, this makes it a little more interesting. But I'm gonna get into that probably in a video I'm gonna do next week about the Royal Rumble. But now we get into our first match, the U.S. title match between Rey Mysterio and Andrade, and I'll say his full name, Cien Almas, with Zelina Vega at ringside. Now she's going to play a crucial role in the end of the match. And the match was really good. I thought it was really good, just like the matches from last year were really good. So, I mean, they just really did everything that they did before. The usual spots, it got off to a very quick start with Rey hitting Andrade with a head scissors on the outside, pushing him into doing a flip into the steel steps. It was a really, really, really fun match to watch. But I mean, the whole mention of Rey Mysterio's last year, Rey Mysterio's 2019, with him contemplating retirement and all that, it was mentioned a lot by the commentators, which was mentioned a lot by Jerry Lawler and Vic Joseph. And Vic Joseph, I think, is really good commentator. Go into a break with Andrade hitting Rey with a drop kick in midair. Come back to a sunset flip counter, which was fun to see. I mean, the match was just so good, and then all of a sudden, you see Rey counter a move from Andrade into a head scissors, 619, 1, 2, 3, and then Andrade's foot was put on the rope. Excuse me. Now, of course, with Andrade's foot on the ropes, of course, the referee saw it after the 3 count, They said no, 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 it doesn't count, it doesn't count. And then we were just sitting it was just sitting in front of I was sitting in front of the TV for a while, and then it went to break without a full decision on whether the match was going to restart. It was a no contest, something, anything. Also, the Canadian Destroyer spot just keeps getting better. Just keeps getting better. Keeps getting better to see. Every time Ray does that, it's just really crazy to see. So the match restarts. It's coming after another break. So many breaks. And then we get to the end of the match where Andrade and Ray are on the outside, and then all of a sudden, Ray is on top of Andrade, is in a powerbomb move, in powerbomb formation, and then Andrade pushes Ray into Zelina Vega, who was behind Andrade, and Andrade used Ray, and knocked her over. Now, I don't know, I guess they're building it up as an accidental thing, but it was just so confusing because afterwards, it felt like the match was going to end, and then Ray went to the outside, thinking it was an injury spot. I thought it was an injury spot or something. I'm like, Ray's injured again? Went out to go check on to Zelina Vega. I'm like really confused. What are you doing, Ray? What are you doing? What? I was so confused, and then Andrade was able to take advantage. It was just a weird finish. It was a very weird finish. I don't know why. Then Rey Mysterio gets unmasked. All that other stuff. Also, Andrade's hair is really good. I love me a good set of hair because I don't have any. Just that's why I wear hats. But I just wish I had hair like Andrade's. But just a very good match ruined by a very confusing finish. Just what? It didn't make no sense to why Ray checked on Zelina and then afterwards just ended up looking like an idiot. Now, I'm going to get to a segment later which happened between Ray and Andrade, which will lead to next week. Again, most likely. But then they go on to a recap of what happened last week on Monday Night Raw on my birthday, which I kind of didn't watch. So, they show they show Joe's return, which was actually really nice because Joe's return, coming back from an injury I didn't even know he had, it was pretty nice to see. It's pretty nice to see in the recap, which I watched it live, but I was a little busy doing some things. Wasn't getting drunk, that's the thing. But it showed Joe, and then all of a sudden you hear it's a 6-man tag team match with Charlie Caruso, and he got an interview with Joe, and then Charlie told them what Seth thought of those two as individualists. But KO said Charlie was right, which, okay, fine. And then he said that they needed to team up. Him and Joe needed to team up. And Joe then challenged to a 6-man tag with KO and himself and a surprise partner apparently versus AOP and Seth in the main event. Like, I sometimes really don't understand backstage interviews. Why do you, I don't understand this, but it was pretty fine, I guess. I don't find backstage interviews interesting. It was fine. And then it started to build up a little bit. Who was the mystery partner? And then they went over to see who was going to be the partner. And then you go on break. They went over to see who was the partner, and then after the break, Seth and AOP arrived. And then Seth said he wasn't concerned with being and he wasn't concerned by the challenge, and he was only concerned about being the face of Raw to lead Raw into a new light and all that. It talks about being the Messiah, and they will take care of anyone and he and AOP will take care of anybody who gets in the way, which is, now I'm starting to see why people are starting to get a little upset by promos. This is like, now I'm hearing these promos and I'm doing these reviews, I'm doing these like Raw review reactions, like, ooh. I just feel so confused. I feel like a critic. even though even though when I do feel like a critic, I need to be a fan as well. And I'm a big fan of Seth Rollins. I'm still a big fan of Seth Rollins, even though he is a heel. Back when he was a heel in 2014, despised the guy, hated him so goddamn much because he turned on the Shield. But I like this heel Seth Rollins. I thought Seth Rollins needed a heel turn. This was it. And you got AOP, who was a dominant, was a dominant tag team, just a monster tag team. I think just give them the tag titles instead, 1 week or so soon, and they could rule. And then you get Seth Rollins, and just be Seth Rollins. Then you could really put them as a face of Raw, because right now it feels like, they just feel a little bit weak, and I'll get into that later. I feel like I'm out of breath. I don't know why. Street Profits, six-man tag team. I mean, it's a six-man triple threat tag team for the Raw tag titles, which was up next. Street Profits came out first. They cut a very, very just promo. I just felt so like, I love Street Profits. I love me some Street Profits any day of the week. But this promo that they cut in front of the crowd in the ring, man, I typed it up myself a little bit to say they're not bringing in the new year. They're blinging it in, and then more cringeworthy lines and stuff. I just felt so weird looking at Street Profits, and I was like, what the? Don't ruin the Street Profits. Please don't. Please don't ruin the Street Profits. They are too entertaining to ruin. Don't ruin them. Please don't. Because if you ruin them, I don't know what I'm going to say. But then the triple threat tag match happened. I think this was the best match on the card, really. This was the best match on Raw tonight, because it was really good. Some of the matches really did live up to what they were built up to be in the going. That was on the show. This was one of the matches that was on the show, and it was really good, featuring these three tag teams who are the best tag teams on Raw apparently, and they really put on a really good showing. Obviously, Carl. Obviously, you had like some good spots in there with the cartwheels. That was pretty fun to see. With OC being the OC, just being the heel tag team, being just being the team that just interrupts everything, tries to be the sneaky tag team to try to win everything. Obviously, the hot tags were really nice as well. And then it ended with the Viking Raiders retaining the tag team titles. I thought Viking Raiders were going to lose to OC. I think OC should be reigning as tag team champions, because you really want to build them as the best tag team in the world. Hey, give them the tag team titles. And give AJ a singles title as well. Give AJ a main title, like the world title. Obviously, you want to build them as a really good thing, but I don't know. They're not going to really do that. I mean, AJ has had 3 reigns already with the WWE title, so, and OC had a few tag reigns with the Raw tag title, so it's really doesn't matter. It really isn't important right now that they are champions, but you want to make them champions soon. That's the thing. You go back to the interview, Charlie Caruso trying to find out who's the tag team partner. Who's the tag team partner? Runs to the back, sees Joe, sees KO, starts to interview Joe, and then Joe gets interrupted by KO saying he's done a lot of bad things to a lot of people, but he needs to know who his tag team partner is. Joe shows him in after this break, and then the partner is revealed, but to KO, but it's a surprise from everybody else because they didn't see it. The room was black, and then all that other stuff. It was only lead to something good in the end. It was really good. It was actually something that put a smile on my face in the end. Becky Lynch. I didn't expect Becky to be on the show today. Or tonight, I should say. I didn't expect Becky to be on the show tonight. It was just like, it caught me by surprise. I haven't seen Becky since TLC. So, it was fun to see Becky come out. She cut a little promo reflecting on a year in 2019, but says that she let the doubters get to her and gave Asuka a Raw Women's title match, which is I mean, there's no other challenger really. Asuka is the right challenger for the championship at the moment. I mean, you do got Karai Singh, but or Kyrie. I just call her Karai because I don't feel like calling her Kyrie. It's just my own preference. I don't give a fuck. But you don't got really any other challenger. Charlotte is Charlotte. She's gonna get a main event shot regardless. I mean, she's had her opportunities as well. So, of course, people are saying Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan. You got an injured Ruby Riott right now. I think Ember Moon might be on the roster, but I think she's injured also, or she might be on SmackDown. No, I think she is on Raw. Hold on 1 second. I'm doing this right now as I record the damn video. Can I click on the Raw main roster? Yeah, just dealing with slow internet. Well, not slow internet. I'm dealing with a slow damn browser because I got so much shit open on my laptop. If I'm swearing a lot, that's because I'm really tired. Well, I'm not really. It's just emotionally and mentally tired, and I really do need some rest in some sort of way. And I've been up since about 7 this morning. It was like a mind alarm that went off in my mind. And now I'm just waiting. Oh boy. Okay, time to see. And I'm going on Wikipedia. Yes, it's the wrong website to go on, but I don't care. Because Wikipedia is Wikipedia. Everybody's going to use Wikipedia for something. Let it be wrestling. And let it be recorded live because I don't really ever do edits. Okay, so Ember Moon is not on the main roster for Raw, but she is for SmackDown. Alright, but there's really not many other challengers. You're going to give her Maria. She's expecting a child. Naomi. I know Naomi is great, but she's dealing with personal issues. Natalya, great wrestler. But not many people are behind her. They already had that match as well. Nia Jax still injured. Like I said, Ruby is injured, and Zelina is dealing with Andrade. So, and Asuka is the best challenger that you can have. Also, go subscribe to her channel, Kana-chan. Really, really fun channel. It's a really fun channel to watch. But other than that, it was a decent promo. But then Asuka came out and spoke her Japanese. I love her Japanese. It's fun to listen to her cut a promo in Japanese because she's getting that heat. She's getting that heel heat. She's just being a heel, talking in Japanese and doing her own thing. That's what you want. That's what you have to have with Asuka and Karai Sane. You gotta have them be their own selves. You just can't have them try to speak English with the crowd, connect with them. You gotta connect with them from their own style, and that is with Japanese influence. But the one thing that ended, it was great, and then it ended lame because of a punch to the face by Becky Lynch, and then no response from Asuka. How and why would you do that? That was so stupid. Okay. Next. Eric Rowan. But what's in the cage? Other than that, it was Eric Rowan. US title recap, and then an attack by Rey Mysterio in an interview with Andrade and Zelina Vega. Rey got his mask back, which set up something for next week. And then, Eric Rowan again. Just an Eric Rowan segment and an Eric Rowan match. What's in the cage, though? What's in the cage? Then you go on another break, and then there's AJ Styles, who's facing Akira Tozawa, and then we get a recap of Monday Night Raw last week with Orton's fake injury, which got me really good, because I thought Orton tore ACL or something in a live event. They billed it as something real, staged it, and then RKO, which is exciting to see. Because it's Randy Orton. How can you not get excited with an RKO? It's the truth. Other than that, I mean, AJ Styles took on Akira Tozawa. Any other time, if it was in, tell you what, Akira Tozawa was great in 2017. AJ Styles has been great his entire career. You give me that match in 2017, I would have been super interested in it. This was a nothing match, really. Just sets up everything for next week. But it was for a reason why this match was going on, because AJ really taunted Randy Orton. Not only did AJ use the draping DDT, she built this vintage Randy Orton. I feel like nobody should say vintage Randy instead of Michael Cole, because that makes more sense. It just sounds weird out of somebody else's mouth. And then he used the RKO to get a win after Styles had hit a phenomenal forearm to easily have a win right there. But this is a way just to build up something for next week. And then the fan jumps into the ring. Apparently it was the guy who was the official for the wedding. And then the security came in to try to stop him, which was, I don't know, it was just pretty weird. I do not condone fans jumping over the barricade at all. Please, 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 please do not jump over the barricade in a WWE or wrestling event, period. You're setting yourself up for something stupid. Do not do that. Just enjoy the show as a fan, as a person who paid a home ticket instead of going to jail. But the wedding of the decade and century, well, it was a week after, but they made their marriage official. Lana and Bobby did. And then Lana cut her promo, Bobby cut her promo, and then Rusev appeared on a green screen. Obviously it was a green screen. That's so obvious. With Rusev saying he doesn't feel miserable because those two are the most miserable. They both should feel miserable for their wedding. And then Rusev played a nice little package with the entire wedding being an absolute shambles. Aww, it was so damn cute. Which pissed off Lashley to the point where he told Lana to shut up. And I love this storyline. This is my favorite storyline in WWE right now. And it's been going on for quite some time, and I've loved every single minute of it. This was probably my least favorite one, but it did set up something for next week. And then Liv Morgan was backstage. She said she'll be in Rusev's corner next week for the match. So it was really something. It was just that. Charlotte Flair apparently had a match, but it wasn't really a match against Sarah Logan. They just basically brawled. It's just set up Charlotte as a dominant force in the Royal Rumble. Nothing really much to go by. Sarah destroying the robe. Like, it was nothing. In my honest opinion right now, Charlotte should be women's champion. Like, I really do think Charlotte should be the women's champion. She shouldn't be, competing in a type of, like, things like this or doing something like this. This is not her. I want her to be the heel Charlotte from 2016 that was just telling her dad to go piss off somewhere. That was the Raw Women's Champion, dominated Raw, was the Divas Champion at one time, and was just willing to do whatever it took to get a win. This is not the Charlotte that I became a fan of. I'm still a fan of Charlotte. I think Charlotte is the best women's athlete in WWE right now. Forget everybody else. Although I'd say Rhea is a badass and I say Sasha is my favorite, Charlotte is the best. I don't hear what anybody says. People criticize her a lot and say that she got over because of her dad's success. Yeah, but she also got over with her wrestling ability. She's a damn good wrestler. She can cut a damn good promo. It's just WWE. I don't know why they're not doing it with her right now. It's just booking her in these nothing matches. I mean, sure, it's to build her up to Royal Rumble, but I feel like we know what's going to happen in the Royal Rumble instead for something else. So this is pretty much nothing. Drew was next. And then, Royal Rumble was filling up with stars. You got Brock, you got Roman, AJ, Randy, Ricochet, um, Eric Rowan's in the match as well. So the Royal Rumble's already filling up with big stars. I feel like it should be 40-man, honestly. I'll get into that in another video. So, but Drew came out, had a match against No Way Jose. Funny thing was, hit a Glasgow kiss on the Congo lead. Drew is awesome. I'm a big fan of Drew. I love Drew McIntyre so much. And then Drew proceeded to just beat the living hell out of No Way Jose afterwards. Got a big win. Not a big win, but a win. But I think they're WWE sending them up for a face turn, which I think is the right thing to do. Drew, as a face, if you saw in NXT, he was pretty good. He got connection with the crowd, and the crowd was really behind him, and then he got injured suddenly. If he wasn't injured, I think Drew would have had a much bigger run. He would have built himself up as a bigger face in NXT before he lost the title. But things happen. Drew came up as a heel. He's just been in this bookend ever since, and the guy is world championship material, and they're not putting him in the right spot. I think if you build him as a face, and he is on Raw with Brock Lesnar, make the right moves, Drew can be the number one contender for the championship at WrestleMania. And I'm going to say that in like a few more weeks. If I'm not in Houston, you're going to see a prediction video soon. But Drew won. He's in the Rumble. WWE is probably going to turn him face, most likely. Aleister Black versus Shelton Benjamin. It was Didn't care. I was eating. I was hungry. Didn't eat all day. Had to eat. Actually, I was eating during the Drew McIntyre match. No. I was actually eating during the Aleister Black match. I really didn't pay much attention to it. Aleister won, but Buddy Murphy attacked. And they had Buddy Murphy literally dominate Aleister Black, which is something that, haven't seen. And he needed some help a little bit. And now they got a match next week on Monday Night Raw. So that's pretty interesting. And one more break. And then you got the 6-man tag. Seth Rollins came out, got a little bit of a promo, said he knows what's best for the fans, and gave him Monday Night Rollins. And Seth did everything, and the fans completely turned on him. I don't know why. Because of his own actions on Twitter, because of what he was doing, he was always, book strong. He was in his rivalry with Baron Corbin, which really derailed him. He took the title off of Brock Lesnar, though. He gave WWE Raw a fighting champion. But the whole thing with Bray and The Fiend really ruined it, but I liked it in the end. Because Fiend won the Universal Championship, like I said he was going to do. Before I even started this channel, I knew The Fiend was going to win the championship. The fans just didn't give a damn. The fans just turned on Seth. Wade just turned on Seth on their own. And now he's a heel. He can be the best heel. He can be the best heel that he can be. Just let him be free, like he was in 2014. Let him build up this group, which he has in AOP right now. Let him run as this arrogant person. You give him a chance. Seth is going to make you hate him. A lot of people already hate him, but really hate him. And that's the one Seth that I really want to see. Because that's the Seth that's going to dominate this year. That's the Seth that's going to dominate this year. Then KO came out, and then Joe, and then the surprise tag partner was revealed. I need to take a few deep breaths. I'm like breathing. I'm breathing so weird right now. I do have my windows open, but it's just very hard to breathe. I guess it's like the thick air or something. Other than that, the surprise partner came out, and it was the Big Show. Holy wow, it's the Big Show. I was surprised to see the Big Show because I haven't seen the Big Show in nearly. You haven't seen the Big Show. You haven't seen the Big Show in over 2 years since his match with Braun Strowman inside a steel cage, and he got hit through the cage wall after Braun dominated. And Big Show put him over as the next dominant monster during that short rivalry that they had when they broke the ring and Braun was dominated. Got up from a superplex. Like that was Braun's peak. Braun is still probably gonna reach that peak eventually, but that was Braun's peak in 2017 with Brock Lesnar. But hey, Big Show is back, and I'm glad to see him back. He's gave me a little bit of memories from my childhood seeing Big Show because, hey, Big Show has been this guy that's been around for over 30, 40 years. 30 years, maybe. He's wrestled since, my earliest memory of him is in the 2000s. And that was really awesome. It was really, really awesome to see. And then just Big Show did what Big Show came back, dominated the match, dominated everything. AOP did have their little bit of run, but then, of course, KO, Joe, and them fought back afterwards. The match ended in disqualification. Seth hit Big Show with a steel chair, but Joe, KO broke everything up, and then Seth got hit with the WMD. And that's how the show ended. Seth got dragged out of the arena. It was pretty fun. That was pretty funny. But next week Raw is going to be looking really spicy. Next week's Raw is looking nice. With Buddy Murphy versus Aleister Black, AJ Styles versus Randy Orton, Rusev with Liv in his corner versus Bobby Lashley with Lana in his corner. And then you got Brock Lesnar appearing again. And then you got a fist fight match between the Raw Messiahs, who I would like to call Burning Pain. That's a funny name. Versus the KO Joe Show. Or the K Joe Show. I know how to come up with good tag team names. Other than that, it was a solid Raw at best. 6 out of 10. I would give this a 6 out of 10. Needed some improvement in the filler matches that you had. Pretty solid. It was a pretty solid show. Now, I really need to fix my breathing. I don't know why I'm breathing so weird right now. I think now it's like 11:40. I think now I'm just gonna take some time to relax. Tomorrow, I'm gonna watch my first ever episode of NWA Power, which is gonna be pretty interesting. I haven't watched it yet. And then I'm gonna watch Impact Wrestling. I'm gonna have those reaction videos up then. Then I gotta watch New Year Dash. I have to watch New Year Dash, so I gotta get a video of that. I'm just really busy these next few days, and then I just realized TakeOver Blackpool 2 is this Sunday. So that's even more. Well, not Sunday. I think is it Sunday? I think it's. Oh. I don't know. Is it Sunday? January 12th? It is Sunday. It's this Sunday, so I gotta make a prediction for that show. And I gotta watch NXT UK. And the card is looking pretty nice. Volta versus Joe Coffey. NXT UK UK title. Fatal 4-way ladder match. Oh, wow. Triple threat match. Tony Storm, Paper Niven, and Kaylee Ray. Trent Seven, Eddie Dennis, Tyler Bate, Jordan Devlin. This is a pretty good show. NXT UK gets a lot of hate and a lot of flack because, WWE doesn't put a lot of effort into it, but they do put really good effort into their takeover shows, to the UK takeover shows, and it shows really good, and it shows really well in what they do. So, I know I'm most likely gonna have a prediction video of this on Saturday. Then I gotta watch it Sunday afternoon, which makes it pretty nice. It's not a Sunday pay-per-view. Sunday night pay-per-view. Ouch. Didn't know. I just almost broke a nail. Other than that, I'm just gonna wrap this up. It's almost 12 a.m. and I'm very exhausted. I gotta get some stuff going tomorrow. I gotta continuing this grind. It's gonna really start to suck, but this is what happens when you want to dedicate your time into talking about something that you love. And if you're really gonna make something happen, you really gotta put all your effort into it, no matter if you're tired, no matter if you're out of energy, if you're mentally drained, physically out of it. You really gotta put hours and dedications into what you gotta do in order to get somewhere in life. And that's what I'm doing right now with this channel, with my life, to get something going. I'm gonna end the video here. If anyone subscribes to the channel, that would be awesome. Although I don't promote subscribing at times because I don't like to force that. It's your own option. Subscribe if you want. That I'm not forcing no subscribing, but do as you please. And then if you're watching the video, thank you so much for watching. I mean, all the views count because you're just building this channel. Let me end this video before I pass out. That's what I'm gonna do. End it before I pass out. Gotta go. Thank you all for watching. Have a good rest of the night. I hope you all head into Tuesday morning with a smile on your face and enjoying just the sun while I think it's gonna snow here. Oh boy. So I'm not gonna enjoy the sun here for at least a couple more days. Actually, at least for a day. Let me end this before I pass out. I gotta go. See you.